Alright, friends. Oh my god. I've done it. I found out I didn't know that I didn't even have it on there. Hold on. Contacts all crooked. Shit. Hello! Happy Thursday. Who's here? Let's talk. Got some good stuff to talk about. Let me hit this. Oh. With my bop right now. It's not really, but with some strawberry acai, coconut milk at some glee, trend to coke, yeah, that's for me. Got enough points and now it's free. All right, who's here? Welcome in, Tyler Quick, my friend. How are you? How is your day going? Thanks for being here. Sorry, I didn't have this pre-set up or none, so you're a G for having the notifications on and or just being prepared and ready for Thursday night, 8 p.m. Regardless, I'm sorry, man. I just put contacts in. If you're weirded out by it, I'm trying so hard to get some, I think I put an eyelash in there. Anyway, whew, what a good day. How are you, Tyler? I have something that I need to talk about. I should have queued this up. I've been running around all day. I've been behind. But there's something that happened this week that we need to get a little bit more of an audience together. Once a few more of the squad comes in, we're gonna get some. There's some, you know, there's some good news. The world is wild. I'm begging you from my knees. I will do whatever you please, but whatever you do, don't tease. Let me hit a little Facebook, guys, and be like, hey, where's my friends at? Come hang out. Tyler, what's new, man? Tell me about life. How's things? You got anything good going on in the cannabis realm of things? I'd rather be peed on in the Wrigley trough. Baby, can you handle my sneeze? I'm begging you from my knees. I will do whatever you please, but whatever you do, don't tease. So now I wear a mask wherever I go. At the park, in my car, and where is it at? I am struggling. I live in fear that I won't control my next one. What if I happen to indirectly look at the sun? Please forgive me, for I know not what I do. And I am sorry I covered you in my wrong goo. Baby, can you handle my sneeze? I'm begging you from my knees. I will do whatever you please, but whatever you do, don't tease. Yeah. So now I wear a mask wherever I go. Let's go. That's super cool. At the park, in my car, and at the craft. Damn, you're from Alabama, huh? Do I know this? Should I know this? I'm sorry that I don't. I won't control my next one. Yeah, it's sweet. How many? You know what? How many, what's up, Dudley? And I am sorry I covered you guys you don't even have a medical program at all, do you, Tyler? Rocket City Huntsville. Awesome. That's fantastic. Huntsville, Alabama. Where was I at? I went down to Mississippi for a little bit, and then we got it over to Alabama for a little bit, but I cannot tell you where the hell I've spent any time at. Not many people understood me when I first came up with the theory of relativity. Well, and Tyler, it all evolves, right? There is some level of... Well, and I'll explain it. There's something that happened this week. I gotta turn this down on my side. Let me turn this down on your side a little bit, too. I don't know if I'm yelling over music or not, but here we go. There's something that happened this week that I am... Okay, did you guys see the Theo Vaughn and fucking Donald Trump talk? Is anybody paying attention to this? I know there's only a couple of us, but I need to talk about this. There's a lot more people that will come through, and I want to talk about it, but I want you guys to know what I want to talk about, and that's a good portion of this.
It is also in charge of all phenomena in the universe, many of which we have not seen or explained, yet this universal force is love. Scientists have not considered love in their efforts to present a unified theory of a universe they've neglected, even though it is the most
But that
powerful and visible
Broken
force out
Med
there.
program.
Love represents light, it enlightens those who live it and receive it. It
Yeah,
is gravity
there is
that
some
makes people
definite
attracted
short
to one
clips in
another.
that thing. There's
Love
some
is power
gems
that
of
brings
some
out another
conversational
power
pieces.
that's all life.
And he says something about, oh my god, I've got a fucking eyelash inside of my eye hole. It is bugging me up. Anyway, there's a portion that goes into drugs, and the speech pattern around it was so fucking weird. It's so broken, and I think that maybe for me there's a normalized acceptance and understanding of some of these different intoxicants. I don't have personal experience with all of them. Some people definitely have a lot more, but to listen to an ex-president who is about to run for another presidency, and I don't care your political views, this has nothing to do with it, speak on drugs in the capacity that went on there was it was it brought in an understanding to the thing that I didn't. There's no way that man knows anything about drugs or nothing. It's just always been a scary something to him, right? He specifically looked at Theo Vaughn in the face and said, well, how long have drugs been a problem? I didn't know drugs. I mean, I know they've been around for a long time, but I don't know how long when did they become a problem? And I think Theo says something to the effects of 25 years or something like that, maybe 25 years. And then he goes, oh, okay, whatever. And then just stumbles on with his thoughts. The fact that somebody doesn't understand the impacts that some of the intoxicants have had, and different intoxicants, especially when spoken about opiates. He spoke about opiates, and he said the opioid epidemic. He spoke about opioid like it was a product, like it's its own fucking thing. And listen, some people just don't know shit about shit. But he literally asks, well, what do you think is worst? What do you think is the worst? Is it drugs or opiates or opioid? And then Theo goes, well, I think it's the opiate epidemic for sure, the opioid epidemic for sure. He goes, oh, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, well, I mean, you know, because they're so available, and, you know, it's so cheap for people to get into it. Steve, what's up, brother? Steve, I did not even know. I've smoked some of your stuff recently, and I thought it was very nice. I appreciate the shit out of it. I've had a few samples of a few local friends' smokes here recently, and it's so neat, man. It's cool to see a lot of local friends doing really cool things in their own home gardens. But hey, I appreciate the absolute shit out of the opportunity to you know, look at some shit, and it was nice. Congrats. Anyway, Hey, Steve, what we're talking about right now, just to catch you up to the theme, is a little bit of this Theo Vaughn Trump talk. Oh, I appreciate the hell out of it. See, edibles, oh God, I've had a few experiences with this shit. I think CBN gives me a hangover or something. I woke up the next day after eating a fistful of edibles, and whatever. I might eat one or two just because I'm like, hey, it's gummies at the end of the night, but I never feel like I'm super affected by things. The other day, I don't know, I maybe ate 15 milligrams CBN, maybe 20, no, it would have been 30 milligrams of CBN, about 30 milligrams CBD, about 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 milligram THC, some shit like that. When I woke up in the morning, I was like, oh, fuck. I'm like still I'm there. I feel fantastic right now. Like, then I went and took a shower, and I was like, shit, man, I gotta drive right now. Alright, whatever. And I went and did the drive, and there was a few times where the awkwardness, I was like, shit! That CBN's got me fucking feeling groggy. You know? Okay, anyway. Caramel poofs? That sounds fantastic. Jesus H. But yeah, to the Trumpers thing and the Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn and the Trumps. Listen. Don't care your political view. Keep it. Alright? That's not what this space is for. For me, at least. I don't care. But what I do care about is the lack of understanding, and then I started to piece some puzzles together in my head. And I said, you know what? Makes more fucking sense that government officials wouldn't give a flying fuck about drugs, any of that shit. And they're not of the people who typically are drug users, right? Like, I see fucking, I don't, Trump claims he's never drank nothing, never smoked, and I don't doubt him one bit. He doesn't seem like the type, and I don't think many of his kids do. I don't know. Anyway, but if intoxication isn't your thing, then what the fuck would you ever care about it? And if politicians are more fueled by lobbyists to some extent, and in that thing, if you're a politician lover or you like politics or you like anything, there's some snippets of political genius that comes out of both sides of it. People who are representing very big points of progression that we could take as a community, as a people. And if you sift over it and you take it at surface value and you're angry because the people aren't saying the things that you want them to say, well, that's fine. But if you listen to it for what it is, the thing that shocks me more than anything is the willingness to maybe at least hear out. Why the fuck is the guy who's running as president, who was a previous president, on a podcast style interview with Theo Vaughn? I think he's done a thing with Jake fucking Paul or something like that and whatever, so he does this. It's not like some uncommon thing. And in the day and age, I don't think it's a bad play either. You're getting a lot of younger people to jump on board in some capacity. But what, like I said, just more I took from this than anything is that maybe with a little bit of direct education, it's not that anybody, me or anybody of maybe in here is ever going to stand in front of Trump, but Guapo talks about it all the time. Aaron talks about it all the time, guys. When we're on the fucking Two Dope Dudes thing, when he's in here, he talks about it too. Like, if you want to make a difference, you go there and you get heard. You become a lobbyist. You stand on the floor. You argue with the people and you try and push for agendas. Now, lobbyists tend to come with money and stuff, so it's a totally different thing. But your voice will be more heard. And when you're overnumbered and when you're outnumbered, and Theo brings this up in one of his points, is that if you're outnumbered 500 politicians to 1,000 lobbyists for big pharma companies, how do you ever get anything taken care of, or how do you ever actually protect the people, and how is it never just in the interest of the one group? And that's you know, yeah, and that's why for me, I don't talk much about politics. I have nothing to do with it. My whole point to any of this is the understanding of some of the base levels of understanding of different humans in different capacities, and where we as the people who exist in the suffering are pointing the finger at when there's nothing really there. Trump doesn't know what drugs are. I'll come out and say it directly. He does not know what drugs are. He said, how long have drugs been a problem? Like, drugs is a thing. What is drugs? First of all, right? To him, because of a non-intoxicating personality, you would never jump into drugs. What's drugs? It's methamphetamines. When Theo Vaughn told Trump that he was a cocaine user, the look on his face was like, oh, no, that's some down and dirty. Like, you're really doing some shit, right? And you're telling me about it. Like, holy shit. He goes, well, you don't do that anymore, do you? And that's what Theo's explaining to him. Like, well, that's what addiction is, you know, whatever. And he goes, well, you would go back to alcohol first, right? And he goes, yeah, well, that's it. It's a dark alleyway, whatever. But this man is trying to rationalize how a human being could go through the transition of consumption of anything to a level of misuse. But intoxicants at the base, he doesn't know what any of them are. Drugs, if he would have said marijuana, I think he would have gotten as freaked out. And I think that he probably thinks less of it because he hears more about it and he sees the movement going on across the country. He's not stupid. He knows what people are making money off of and shit, whatever, so he's not stupid. But to not know what drugs are and to not be able to speak to it at the level that he could politicians and politics, which is his career, right? But it makes sense. But then that's the whole thing. We're sitting here going, oh, it's his fault or their fault or whatever. I'm trying to, for me, all the way across the board, I just think the education of all of these things, intoxicants, and Theo Vaughn talks a lot about overdose situations. He talks a lot about the healthcare system and how corrupt it is and how, you know, it's wild. Cannabis is ace up the sleeve, either hemp for industry or intoxicating cannabis for human consumption or medicinal. How do you market that at a global leader level without upsetting funding of other industry? No, and Tyler, you're 100% accurate. And when this is why I bring up all of the other stances of things, right? Like, where if you don't understand drugs, but I promise you, you know what he knows? The production of paper. I promise you the man knows exactly how paper is made. So, and paper is one of the biggest exports. So is pharmaceuticals. So is alcohol. He knows about some of these bigger categories, but drugs is foreign. And it's scary and it's intimidating. And when cannabis can literally upset the paper market, it can literally upset the industrial building market. I mean, just industrial-wise, hemp is being used in so many capacities. Hempcrete, hemp wood. Some of the pressed hemp board that I was able to see that they were casting in resin and stuff, this shit is waterproof. It's like durable as fuck. You would make decks out of it or whatever. And I understand everybody's going, well, maybe it's a little bit more expensive. It's expensive because people aren't allowed to do it at the scale that we should be. People are farming fucking, what's that shit over there? Palm seed, palm oil. Fuck, I don't fucking know. Olive, palm, shit. Somebody will fucking come in here and fix me up. It's theater, most likely. Yeah, I mean, all things are. What up, Ganj? What up, baby? I think that's it. It's to sell something to the masses, but plant of 1,000 chemicals, 100%. Love this show. Thank you, Ty. Appreciate it. No, and that's it. Cannabis isn't just one fucking thing, man. It's so capable of doing so much, but it's not really too capable of doing too much. The only way that you do too much is if you're an idiot. And I'm not saying that to be rude to anybody who's done too much in here. I've done too much many of times. Those are my stupid moments, though. Right? When I can't control my own consumption of something. When I've got myself so intoxicated that I'm whatever. No thank you. Right? I'd rather be in control. And I think that there's a responsibility and a respect both for yourself and for everybody around you once you take that control of things. But that's beyond, right? I just am weirded out, and I saved timestamps of it, right? I beg you guys to go look at it. I'll tell you the timestamps. I'll tell you exactly when it happens. I thought about pulling it up in here, but I know the second that I put both of their voices in here, it's gonna flag me and take me off. So I'm not even like super worried about it. And I might be able to just play the background audio and speak over it, possibly. I know I can't play the video form of it, obviously. But even then, I think their two voices are probably too much. But to hear, and I promise you, I've listened to it 3-4 different times because inflection means something. Ability to adapt in the moment and speak on heavy terms, right, means something. And it's not that I'm looking for Trump or Theo Vaughn to be a fix or a solve to anything, but it was a great perspective to gain and to understand that we're fighting an uphill battle for sure. And I'm not saying that drugs, as far as maybe what Trump and Theo Vaughn are speaking on, or the opioid that Trump is speaking on, which, and I kind of make a joke about it, but he used opioid like it was its own product. Like opioid was the product. He says it 4 or 5 fucking times. And I'm like, holy shit. He doesn't even maybe know that the opiate epidemic isn't caused by opioid. It's caused by different, I mean, what's the shit called? Fucking Oxycontin and morphine and fucking Dilaudid and fucking fentanyl and fucking what's that, Norcos and fucking all them little shits that every single one of us knows somebody that might be using it or that does use it or is about to go use more of them, or they do it when they're drinking or they do it when they're not drinking or whatever the fuck. It is just an absolutely terrible epidemic that we don't speak on enough. I tried to in here, but I think it falls onto either, well, no, I think there's two different groups of people, right? Some that are like, stop talking about it, let's play some games and whatever, and that's fine. I've built a community of that too, but I have a passion for this thing that isn't, well, I've watched a cousin die from it. I got a brother who went through the addiction process and then the withdrawal process directly in my face, and it sucked. It's somebody who I thought was one of the most physically strong humans in my entire life. Literally just physically stout. He seemed mentally stout through his whole entire life. To have to lean into something like that, to me, I was like, man, it's like kind of weak. And then to see the deterioration through it, even the breakdown of some of the physical capacity, it was sad almost. And it was, I mean, I don't know, it sucks. But so I don't have the personal thing with it. I've taken a few Norcos in my life. I drank a few beers with it, and I projectile vomited like I've never puked in my life. I swear to God, fluid from my fucking toes. I could feel it forcing out of my feet and through my face. I've never felt that gross in my life. So for me to tell you that opiates or excessive amounts of opiates are definitely not for me, I promise you that, right? And that's coming from something that a dose that was 1/10 of what my brother would consume in a day sometimes. And like, you know, I mean, he would consume, and I don't know, I want to air out fucking all the business, but like, you know, these pills, you're maybe supposed to take a few here and there, right? And it was not a few, it was abundance. When he finally called me up, and I'll tell you this part, when he finally called me up and said, I have a problem and I need to talk to you, and can you just come here? I said, yeah, sure. He said, here, I need you to take this. And handed me a bag of fucking like a freezer bag. I'm looking for something right now because I know I keep Frisbee golf discs in it. But this bag had fucking hundreds, if not thousands, of pills inside of it. And like, I looked at it and was like, oh my God, bud. And, you know, when you pay $3, $4, $5, $10 a piece for these things, whatever they are, holy fuck, you're sitting on a motherload of them. And what are you gonna do with it? Right? What up? God damn, what up, Biz? Shit, let's do, we got anything for Biz in here? Dude, Biz, oh, hold on, there you go. Hey, cool Biz, there he went. He was here, and now he's gone. How fast he comes in, gets out, and leaves. He's so cool. But yeah. Biz, did you by chance catch the fucking Theo Vaughn Donald Trump thing? That's what I've been speaking about for... No, I know, I'm just... that's... Yeah, hey, anyway. Did you catch this thing? That's what I'm talking about. Because I laughed so fucking hard at a few things during that speech. If you guys haven't checked it out, I mean, literally, for a good laugh, it's hilarious. Theo Vaughn tells Trump, that shit'll turn you into a street lamp, homie, or something like that. He says, you'll just be fucking standing out there like a crow. It was the fucking funniest shit. Oh my God, Biz. It's so fucking funny. Some of the... Trump is telling him about a story about a guy that he went to college with, and he had to drink alcohol. Not because he wanted to, and not because it tasted good. It didn't taste good. It tasted bad. He had to drink it, though, because, you know, so he says, oh, this guy drank all the time. He had to keep drinking. Couldn't stop the drinking. He was the... what did he call him? The most unbelievable drinker, the most unbelievable drunk. He was, you know, he couldn't be stopped. He was, and then like he says something else about him being like unbelievable. I don't know what he says. But then Theo Vaughn just jumps in and goes, oh, good, because I thought you were saying that he was the best drinker ever. And then Trump just shrugs him off and just keeps rolling through conversation. And, like, the way that the banter goes back and forth, it's not very, like, it's fucking hilarious. I don't know if they chop up the speech to make it fucking more hilarious to the way that I'm saying it is, but, it only, yeah, it's on Theo's fucking YouTube channel right now. Please don't leave here and go look at it. Watch it later or tomorrow. But it's genuine gold. And I've been talking about how Trump talks about opiates. How he says the word opioid. He uses the word opioid like it is a substance itself. Like it is a Norco or like it is fentanyl. Like fentanyl is a problem. Oh, and he goes, oh, I know fentanyl is a problem. And Theo Vaughn says, yeah, I think they had one of those. That shit was in a baby rattle one time. And Trump just goes, ah, yeah, whatever. And just keeps rolling with it. Theo Vaughn, how the fuck you come up with this crazy ass shit to begin with? But yeah, it was fucking hilarious. I wonder then, Biz, if that's what you're saying, if they probably theatered it up. They probably chopped his speech to be less whatever, right? Because there's no fucking way. It may be because if you're Theo Vaughn, you're like, I have an opportunity to sit down with Trump. I've got to just do the best I can to hold it together. There's a few times he laughs. There's a few times Theo fucking gives a couple of laughs. And you know, it's just the responses are gold, bro. But it specifically, and why I'm speaking about it on this platform is because the use of the word drugs and the use of the opiate problem, the opioid problem that we have, the fentanyl problem that we have. Y'all know what I think about that. Here we go. What's it?
And fentanyl ain't no good. And fentanyl ain't no good. And fentanyl ain't no good.
And you know it ain't that good, bro. Don't be doing a fentanyl. That's just disgusting. But we live in a weird, man, I say wow. The fact that people are still incarcerated or incriminated over their use of intoxicants, and depending on what you're doing, like, I don't know that we need jankum around or bath salts or you know, there's some things that just we don't need, you know. Wow, what up, fam bam? Wapo, god damn it, the man, the myth, the legend himself. I was just talking about you a few seconds ago. You missed it. But talking about Theo Vaughn and Trumpers right now. If you have not listened to it, it's worth a listen, dude. It's wild, but guap, and it plays into some of the shit that we talk about regularly, right? And to fully back you up, I mean, he talks about the strength of lobbyists and whatever. There's some really cool points about politics that, you know, as the general public, maybe I don't have as keen of an ear to, nor do I give as flying fuck about, but being on that floor and lobbying for things and representing certain things is huge, right? And who rubs whose back and whatever, but the misuse of the word drugs, the misuse of the word opioid, Trump just doesn't understand it. And I'm not saying that it's a hit against him or not a hit against him. That man is probably dealing with a million other things, and I don't care enough about politics to pick sides, right? So for anybody who likes him or doesn't like him, this is not a political fucking talk. I don't give a flying fuck. But they're to understand, and it wouldn't be just him, it'd be the other side too. The use of the word drugs in the way that politicians use the word drugs is fucking alarming. It's maybe not only just alarming, it should be downright terrifying to us as a general public. We are not being represented, not in a way that would benefit us, not in a way where we are spoken truths to, or that we're told by the most important people in the world, one of the most influential voices, that there is an understanding for the drug use and how we would do anything about it, right? And that might not matter to some people, but look across America. And now, I'll give you one that's bigger than drugs. And it's food, right? But we're cracking into a whole nother thing that I don't even want to talk about right now because I like talking about drugs. But alcohol consumption, the opiate epidemic, and fucking nicotine, between the three, kill over 1 million people in America a year. That is 1 in 300 people that fucking die. There's like 400,000+ people who die from fucking nicotine, from smoking cigarettes still a year. All right? We have 300 million people in America. If we're killing 1 million of them, that's fucking 1 in 300 chance of having some legal intoxicant to kill you. And that's why when we speak on cannabis, or when I speak on cannabis, the whole point to any of this is how fucking harmful could it possibly be? How harmful is it? Is it even harmful at the end of the day? And we leave that up for you to figure out, I guess, whatever you live in a space where you can. I'm not a medical professional. It doesn't matter what I say or what I don't say, but I have now seen thousands of different consumers from thousands of different walks of life with hundreds of different medical conditions at different rates and different scales and levels. I promise you, when everybody says, oh, I have it the worst or they have it the worst, there's somebody out there who has it the worst. I might have seen this person, and I don't mean this to be rude to that person or anything. They have one of the best outlooks ever, but health-wise, somebody who has gone through it way harder than any of us could ever fucking humanly imagine. And cannabis was one of the best things that's ever happened to that human's life. The way that I was received from a almost non-verbal somebody due to complete condition, and for it, but what the fuck do I offer? Who the fuck am I in the entire world? But then it's the plant, right? And that was a beautiful thing. And don't get me wrong, I love people, and I love all, like, I genuinely do. I think people are the coolest shit in the fucking world. The differences between all of us, the oddities that all of us are, all the weird shit that all of us like, all that fucking weird shit, I think is neat as fuck. I think it made all of us different. It's like, hey, it's neat. But I don't know, man. I think when we speak on what cannabis has done for everybody and for so many different walks, and I promise you, some that are so much worse off than you are, and maybe some that are way better off than you are, but it's that thing that so many use. And as much as some of us just go, it's our fuck it all. It's one of the best feeling fuck it alls. But when I got a headache, I use the shit. When I don't go to sleep, I use the shit. When I'm nauseous, I use the shit. If there's any ailments that I deal with, I run to cannabis first most of the time, especially for symptom relief, pain, anything of that nature. Cannabis is 100% what I'm using, and for probably most of the people here anyway. If it's not yours, that's fine. You don't have to, but to know that it's available, and for the people who need it, it's unfortunate that at the highest level, there is just such a terror around drugs. What is drugs to anybody, right? It's this psychedelic, trippy, fucking freaked out, high, out of body, fucking uncontrollable. And that's why I say these words like high, which is a disassociation where it makes us go, oh, we're out here somewhere. It's not fucking real, right? High isn't what we get. Intoxicated is what we get. There is a level of intoxication, some level of probably physical and mental impairment, right? Depending on what your level of existence with it is at any point in your life, you might be at a different scale, but that doesn't matter. For each individual, we're at a different point. But this thing isn't scary. This thing is not harmful. This thing isn't drugs. This thing isn't opioids. This thing is the alternative to opioid. This thing is the alternative to drugs, to that down and dirty shit, you know? And like, it fucking perturbs me, and I know that I talk about it a lot, and maybe some of you want to hear about it and some of you don't, and whatever. This is literally what I think about. This is what goes on inside my head. I'm going, man, as rational, completely cognitive humans who are capable of scientific measurement and mathematical equation, we can't come to the understanding or agreement that this plant, which tens of millions of Americans use, if not 100+ million Americans use, the fact that we still can't agree that it is not this detriment to our existence, and the fact that we don't have some armed, belted fucking band of brothers to protect us against ourselves from being so foolish to consume these harmful and these drugs that'll just take over your life. You'll never have control of it. And to me, that's my thing. I go, control. If you can control it, you can have anything. But the fact that we limit this thing is the most ass backwards equation, mathematically or scientifically, that we as a humans accept at this point. And the fact that we have got a little taste of it, a little snippet. Oh, you can have 30 grams of that. You can have 5 grams of concentrate. That's enough for you. You don't need any more than that. Says fucking who? What, and why would it matter if I had 1 gram of it, 30 grams of it? How many can I consume at once? At what point am I lethally dosing myself? Because the fact that you will allow doctors to prescribe people a bottle full of 15 doses of death, and you can walk home with it. You could kill yourself multiple times over in this one bottle. And doctors say you should take that to feel better for your sickness. Oh, you're sick? Take that. It'll make you feel better. And because they went to school and are capable of saying large words that are more confusing to us than they are understandable, they're the authority. They're the deities almost, and people literally turn their health over to these deities. And it is, to me, it's the problem. It's what we're talking about. It's what Trump and fucking Theo Vaughn talked about. The breakdown as a whole. It's weird. Colleen, I love you. Care about money and people showing up, and that's it. I mean, a lot of us don't have the money to show up, but they care about the people. You got enough people in front of you. You're overwhelmed by people. Hey, Colleen, you want to get? I could help you. Oh my God, Tyler, Chem is Chem, yeah, but also too, the fact that some of these things are growing naturally and don't need any form of human alteration. It's a pure consumable from the earth. And even if you do alter it in any capacity, what's the worst you can do outside of adding a hydrocarbon to it? Outside of adding something that's more deteriorative or more harmful to it, right? Which is very possible, but then regulate that if you want to regulate something. Regulate and make sure people aren't hurting people, right? But the way that they do that is not rooted in mathematics or science. And for all of us as consumers or producers or representatives or employees or business owners or whatever it is, the cannabis market is moving. It's a machine, and I think it's a beautiful machine, and I'm glad to be part of it again in a very big capacity, right? I've always wanted to be, and what I'm doing is not big, whatever, but to be wrapped in directly in the middle of this point and to be sharing the conversations and to hear the different communications about what the progression looks like and how people will have to handle this according to what the law will continue to say. And that's it. We're all just playing this law game. It's all the interpretation of words, but that's what I'm saying. How are people interpreting words? And how are people using words? And when the word drugs are so scary to the commander-in-chief, according to the terminology, right? When drugs is a scary terminology that we have nothing to speak on outside of the recanted stories from Theo Vaughn, how will we ever progress in this space? How will this ever take a fucking next step? And if it's Chuck Schumer just being a fucking money monger towards taxation rates and banking rights. Oh, the banking rights, the taxation. What's it called? The Cannabis Tax Act. CTA, man. That's it. How do we tax shit? Oh, I'll put. Hey, get a question of where the ethical line is, and I think that's it. Where will people draw that line? Who is willing to accept? And I think, is it ethics or is it no? Because people turn blind eyes to alcohol with regularity. There is still dry counties out there in the world that we live in directly. And I think globally it's weird that people still govern others against the use of intoxicants. I think it's the wildest thing. If you're, outside of you being uncontrollably intoxicated where you act belligerent or something, I don't know why you shouldn't be able to consume whatever the fuck you want to, especially if you do it at your house. Do whatever the fuck you do. But that is not how other people view it, and that sucks. I'll put my doctor down on my thing. My sister stole all those jeans. Well, in Colleen, I think it's preach. No, I love you. Hold on, 5 a.m. day. Good night. Yeah, I gotta be up at 4:20 tomorrow, so I hear you. Love you, Colleen. John Voight, what's up, brother? I'm excited to see where the purity testing chemistry regulations are moving towards. I work in a market dominated by THC and HHP. And Tyler, that's it, is what... Why can't somebody of your capacity who's only allowed to manipulate the molecular breakdown of a single chemical, or maybe of multiple chemicals, but of one molecular chain, why are you not able to use it in its precursing form or its post-cursing form, right? Like, why is it that we only are able to, oh, well, you can only do THCP and HHC. Well, that's what the regulation says. That's what the lobbyists told us that we should do. That's what the, holy fuck. Are you not rooted in any fucking science or mathematics? Because I'm telling you, I know for a fact that you are fucking not. And I'm not as mad about it as I am frustrated by why can't it be that. There's enough professionals in the field of at least cannabis at this point. Professionals. Downright, everybody does it for their job. But in the same right, there are professionals in the opiate world. There are professionals in the narcotics world. There are professionals in the fucking amphetamines world. So people who know this shit, and you're only allowed to produce it at a certain rate to do a certain thing, and then you got to make sure it's taxed a lot. And if you hide the price of what it's going to cost somebody to consume it, and then you force all these same people to buy this insurance thing so that they're protected no matter what the cost is, except for there'll probably be some out of pocket, but we don't really know. They'll cover most of it. And if most of $1 million is $900,000 and you still have $100,000 worth of whatever, you're not very well being taken care of, nor do we understand why this thing cost $1 million to do. I can rent a room at the fucking Holiday Inn for $250, but a hospital, it's $10,000 or something like that. What the fuck? The Holiday Inn is far more comfortable, and it smells way better. Plus, the lady who calls me on the phone isn't quite fucking frustrated with everybody on the same fucking floor as me. So, like, you know, what kind of care I'm getting in these places, it seems like I'd rather spend the $250 most of the time. You know, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of instances, I guess, if some shit goes tits up, you go, I'll spend whatever the fuck it costs. Yeah, but I know people who have been crippled and taken all the way to their nothingness of it. And does cannabis fix that? Maybe not. You know, probably not even. I won't even say maybe not, probably not. Does it have the potential to fix some of that? If caught early enough, potentially, and maybe even if caught late enough, potentially, even still, too. I've seen some glory stories. I've seen some rebounds. We've seen some really cool things. I spoke to a guy today who told me about his brother, who I know through whatever, but it was his birthday and he was gonna die. He was right on his deathbed for the most part. But because he was in his deathbed, some older fella died. A 90-plus-year-old fella died who was a direct match. Somebody who died at the hospital that day. It was his birthday. The man got a new liver on his birthday, on his deathbed, from somebody who was 90-plus years old. This was 7 years ago. He's still kicking, healthy with that liver going inside of him. So that old 90-year-old cat could have kept going as long as the rest of his organs were fucking that, you know? The liver's still trucking. So what does cannabis fix that? Are there some badasses in the world that we deserve to hold to a way higher level of appreciation? I don't know that we should call them deistic, because that's what I think people do sometimes. They give themselves infallibly to these people. They turn themselves over completely and go, you can take my health into your hands. I know nothing about it. But I think cannabis has a place in this thing to take. I literally call it taking your health into your own hands. I believe that you, with this tool, can unlock comfort, at least through most physical symptoms, right? Which is headache, nausea, neuropathy, inflammation, spasticity, you know, I mean, the list goes on, anxiety and depression. To know that cannabis properties directly, including CBG, different other CBC, CBD, CBD specifically, CBDA and THCA, for being anti-tumoral properties, right? But when I just named all of those different cannabinoids and being effective, but the thing is, maybe CBC is more effective, or CBG, I don't remember which one it was, for breast cancer directly, and then the other one of that was more directed at brain cancer or something, as far as some of the statistics that have been pulled go. But as CBC maybe. Anyway, it's the fact that it's all inside the plant. It's not just one thing or another thing. And I promise you, when you call it 30% THC, we're missing out on some of the other things that could potentially be in there. The entourage effect, the whatever. It's symptom relief. It's fucking health at its finest. I'm gonna do what I do regardless of the law. It's legal till you get caught. And John, that's one perspective to have, and that's perfectly fine if that's what you like to do. And I'm not against it. I think personally I might lean closer to that, but I know what the law is, and I'm not trying to poke a fucking bear, right? I don't need some band of brothers to come in and fucking try and kick down your door or fight you over some shit. And I don't know that anybody's paying attention to your fucking weed stash enough for you to have that happen, right? If you've got 2 ounces instead of 1 ounce in your possession, I don't think you're a criminal. Nor should most humans think you're a criminal, right? There's some brown nosers in the world. There's some people who have heard the word drug their entire life and are scared of it, terrified of it, so they might not know. But for you and I, that makes complete sense. And I'm not, you know. Incog, what's up, my friend? How are you? Thanks for listening. Wop, because I gotta work. I gotta be there early as fuck tomorrow. But I'm going in early as fuck tomorrow so that I can come see you also. Damn it! You might have missed Colleen. I'm sorry. What's up? Here, let's give Drum a little fucking... Yeah. Someone's gotta be the martyr. And hey, that's facts, John. That's fucking facts. And isolated can research and review. I have overregulation of the company. Rival. Problem. Tyler, so like Guap and I were talking about in the most recent episode of Two Dope Dudes, the Elevated News podcast with Two Dope Dudes. We were talking about what the fuck was I talking about? Direct cannabinoids need to be stifled. Regulation of the hemp industry. Fuck. It'll come back to me. Oh, California and New York are talking about doing like farmers market style things. So where you could potentially go and sell your cannabis. It won't have to be directly out of a brick and mortar anymore. They're trying their hardest to set regulations where somebody like me or you could go out, get a license, and then produce, as long as it's less than 5,000 square feet of canopy space, which is it's a decent fucking hefty load of cannabis, right? Or 22,000 square feet of fucking farmland. Which again, Jesus H. Louises, now you better be really good at extracting cannabinoids and whatever. But there will be places that will start to change regulation in our lifetime. And we could move around and get to become part of it. And, you know, sometimes we go, oh, well, I wish it was where I was at doing what I'm doing now. And it's not, but there is space out there now where the revolution is happening, where things are changing over. And thank God, almost, right? It's nice to know that there is some progressive approach to cannabis happening, right? And I think peddlers licenses are what I call them most of the time. I think I'd love to see peddlers licenses become a far more common thing, where everybody had the opportunity to get into this thing. And it's not a $10,000 license that you have to have $250,000 of equity in the bank or cash in a bank. It's not even equity, it's cash in a bank, so that it's just crazy. Guess who's got two thumbs and got their stuff back? Let's go, Drum! Congrats. More so than the MJ industry, just outright trying to kill it off. Yeah, I don't know. Of course they're gonna try and kill it off, right? But there should be lobbyists coming forth from the hemp industry that are going to lobby against the cannabis people, and there's gonna be a debate on who's who. And as long as you both debate your point good enough, the politicians are just confused, and they don't do shit. They sit at a stalemate. And for now, we're not covered. We're not deregulated, right? We there's stuff in place for the hemp industry to thrive, and I hope that it does. I hope it stays. Yeah, and that's... Oh, yeah, John, that's, you know... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, that's fire drum. No, and Tyler, that's it. It's so canopy space is, you're allowed to make beds. All right, that you can elevate the bed off the floor, because this would be an indoor operation, or a what do you call it, a greenhouse or something of that nature. But you get these like shelves or these trays or whatever it is, and they sit up off the ground, and you can put different pots in them, and however many pots you can fit in there without, I mean, if you put too much together, you're just going to overcrowd your plants and it's not going to work anyway. So if you put them perfectly across, or however much it is to yield the best that you can, you get 5,000 square feet of like shelf space pretty much. And then yeah, you make the best of that. And I promise you, it's way more than most of us could ever deal with. It's so much. I've seen 5,000 square foot fucking rooms, and I'm like, oh fuck, nope. Good on that. Lil Bean. Shout out Lil Bean. If y'all do any growing and stuff, go out to Lil Bean. They honestly have the best growing products, mediums, equipment, and community that you're ever going to get involved in. Go check them out. Lil Beans. Yeah, and Ty, that's it, right? Like, it's not fully in place yet. It's voted on through the certain level of government or whatever, and now it has to pass the other levels of government. So, and it's got a mute point in it where even if it's signed on tomorrow, which they could do, it wouldn't go into effect until January 1st, 2026. Okay? So you even have time. You got times to get your ducks in a row if you wanted to look into this a little bit further. But it's real, you know, and to think like, holy shit, you mean in a year and a half? Like or a year and a quarter? That's a bit down the road. Is it though? Because all of a sudden it's going to be fucking next year and you're going to be like, shit, did I even look at the fucking thing? Do I even know what it is or not? Whatever. So I recommend. Check it out.
The theme song, no belt, rolling one now. Cheers.
100% support your local dirt dealer.
Begins to fuss, will it let you use bad words? Will it make you good cheese curds? Does it have the ability to clean up the dog's turds?
I don't see there being some huge shift. And even if we go to Schedule 3, which is what everybody's talking about, or what it seems like will probably happen, I don't see it's not a big progression. But at this point, with fucking the hemp bill the way that it is, you know what I mean? Like, the roof is blown off. You're allowed to do whatever you want as long as you use your terminology correctly. Hey, my own. What's up, friend? How the fuck are you? Being amped this week. I hope he told you. Fucking love that guy. Fucking love you. I miss my friends. Come see me.
Does it have the ability to clean up the dog's turds? If it doesn't, turn it off.
Hey, anybody know anybody that needs a part-time job? And wants to vouch for somebody that's gonna show up with regularity? I work at a dispensary. It's not like the hardest work in the world. I need a part-time employee. Somebody that can work Sundays. It's probably like 3.5 shifts a week. Definitely alive and well here. Well, and that's, I mean, Ty, it happens everywhere, as it should. I've been talking about it for a while. I think people should be doing it more. It fucks me up that people aren't doing it more. And if you get caught up with something and you don't use your terminology right, that comes from a gas station, buddy. Everything is all this. That's hemp. That's hemp shit. It says weed on it. So does the hemp shit. Got the little hemp logo on it. We're all in the same boat. That's hemp, buddy.
I was only robbing the register. I hope you understand. I saw them leaving, he says, and he stops. One of us had better call up the cops. And so Patty calls the cops.
I am doing so okay. How are you, my own?
With the red lights flashing in a
I miss y'all, my friends.
Meanwhile, far away in another part of town.
And hey, listen, for real, that was, I know it's not like the most glorious shit in the world, but if anybody genuinely knows somebody 21 years of age or older around this local area or anything that's looking for a little part-time thing, nothing of too big commitment, little, you know, maybe 25 to 28 hours a week. Maybe a little bit of, you know, work with me. Oh, I just cracked my clavicle and that felt wonderful. You know what I haven't done one bit since I've started this shit? Smoke nothing. I've smoked absolutely zero. Let me get a quick choochie going here. Chooch magooch. What is this? Wow, that's...
So they took him to the infirmary, and though this man could hardly see, they told him he could identify the guilty man.
100% super.
4 in the morning, they hauled Reuben in.
Here we go.
They took him to the
No more hours.
hospital, and they brought him upstairs. The
Sure.
wounded man looks up through his one dying eye. Say, why'd you bring him in here for? He ain't the guy. Here's the story of a hurricane. The man the authorities came to blame for something that he never done. Put in a prison cell, but one time he could have been the champion of the world. 4 months later, the ghettos are in flight. Reuben's in
Oh, yeah.
South America, fighting for his
Fucking
name.
Q-tip.
While Arthur Dexter Bradley's still in a robbery game, and the cops are putting the screws
Hey,
to him
Q-tip.
for somebody to blame. Remember that murder that happened in a
My
bar?
Q-tip container is turned into a
You saw the getaway car.
fucking vape.
You think you'd like to
Art
play ball
hanger.
with the law? Think it might have been that fighter that you saw running that night. Don't forget that you were white.
Thanks, my own. I appreciate that.
I'm really not sure. The cops said a poor boy
Guavo, he said, oh, too many hours? That's what you're talking about? Yeah, I hear you.
got you for the most.
I can do like 12 hours a week? Yeah, hell no. Is it all, how about every Sunday? I got a seasonal position coming through too.
Since you've been gone, I hear you've been crying. Blood and tears, all alone in your misery. So alone. Could you have been deceived? Since I've been gone, I hear you've been crying. You cry 1,000 tears.
Anyway,
Despair, I
yeah.
know your heart still
Here we are in our uphill battle to get ourselves to be able to consume all the drugs we want, any of the drugs at any time.
There's blood in your tears. All alone in your misery.
Yeah, birthday stuff. Yeah,
You alone.
nasty. I don't think we're supposed to talk about that on here. We ain't got an HR department. Who should we? I was just looking through who's all the wrench owners and shit in here. We should probably elect somebody to the HR department. Yeah, you need to get you a certificate. Gotta get a. Bro, I got a song called "You Gotta Get a Certificate." It's a bop too. Yeah.
So alone in your misery.
Drum, you want a seasonal job? To only work like holidays and Sundays? I'll give you a job right now.
Since you've been
Oh, I like that. That was nice. That made me laugh there, Guap. That was cute. Happy belated birthday. I can't work Sundays. Damn. Oh, I didn't even read that you said check that text. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. I think we got plenty of candidates. Happy birthday day. Oh shit. Friends, happy birthday in it up. Oh, and a very merry unbirthday to all of you. I hope you're enjoying today. 360. Wait. One day a year is your birthday, but 364 days a year, that's your unbirthday. Wait, that means today's my unbirthday. It is? Yeah. Well, me too. Aw, very merry unbirthday to who? To you, to me. Ah. Hey, I should smoke this now. It is. Cheers, friends. Cheers to all of you out there. I love you all so much. Currently celebrating both. Hey, I'll celebrate with you. I'm gonna celebrate my unbirthday and your unbirthday for being on the same day. How many of the rest of you have an unbirthday today? This chooch is for all of us who are unbirthdayed. Oh, my birth month. I know some people get offended by the birth month thing. I say, hey, run it. However much you want. Feel special every day, you should, though. I'm just in my birth life. You know what I mean? First time I ever been alive. I'm one alive. 1 year alive. Damn, drummer, that's not fun. What are you in between 420 and 6'9"? You know? Or 7'10"? Fuck. That's more probably a hippie holiday than 6'9". 6'9"'s fucking Ganja Toker's birthday.
Good again. So come on and let the good times roll. We're gonna stay here till we soothe our soul. Take all night.
Drummer, I do have your package in my car all the time now. But maybe don't come tomorrow because I'm not gonna have my car tomorrow. I got a buddy who's working on my shit. I could probably pull the package out of there, actually. That's not a bad idea. Macho grams me savage. Oh, happy unbirthday! Ah, very merry unbirthday to who? To you, to me! Hey, happy unbirthday! Oh, Macho Grams, you just made my day. Oh, very merry unbirthday to who? To Macho, to me, to Drummer, and to Dudley Dawson. Oh, don't you see? To Tyler Quick, to my own night, to everyone who's come tonight, like Guapo and Biz and all my friends. I'm talking about hanging out every Thursday night. You know, I think that shit is a lot of fun. We got John Voight, he is the man. Really appreciate his plan, and Incognito is here. We also got our friend Steve. He grows some damn good weed, and you will smoke it if you don't. Then that ganja will come over and do it, roll a crooked ass finger joint, and then you try and smoke that, but then you get a little bit of poop in your mouth and a little bit of extra, and you gotta wipe your tongue off because you can't fucking pack the end with a little bit of a cone pack, a little bit of a filter or nothing. Fuck you, ganja, for rolling them crooked fingers, but I love you also, and I'll smoke one of them crooked fingers with you next time I see you. Song. Yeah. Sometimes you just go at it, you know? You let the song flow out of you, and it turns into slam poetry at the end or whatever the fuck that was. It was a lot of fun. Don't be a bummer, get high with drummer. Damn, at the disc golf, you can throw you a thumber. Oh, man, I got till 10 o'clock tonight. I'm Cookie Masterson over here, alright? Take a nap. No, Ty, you be chewing on it? I'm like a texture thing, you know? Get a little like sandy shit. Now listen, if we were rolling like, if you broke it down by hand and it was a little bit more, you know, tiny nuggety looking thing instead of like ground up flour that's just poo-pooing all up in your mouth, it feels like it's everywhere. You know what I mean? Like if you threw rubber bands in a fucking gravel driveway, you know, it would just be there forever. It would be so hard. You have to individually pick every one of them up. Can't use a rake. Could probably use a fucking vacuum, but you're gonna be picking up rocks. What do? Oh. Tragedy! It's her joke about a Hummer. We really do need an HR department in here. Oh my god. If I delete this right now, is it gonna fuck people up? I hope everybody's been live this whole time. If you're not, I apologize. Did I turn the enable DVR back on? Is that gonna help people? Hey. I think everybody's alright. Sometimes I leave the little DVR thing on, and then that way you can watch this whole thing. Oh, drummer, I feel you. Noble kings and princes would bow whenever they came. Pirate ships would lower their flags when Puff roared on his name. Oh, Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea, and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea, and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Well, yeah, I definitely, I've side-trailed this conversation quite a bit. We've come down a long path, and I appreciate everybody entertaining and sticking around and listening and chatting and giving your inputs. But the whole start to my conversation, and you know, maybe I'll turn the DVR back on because I feel bad for anybody who was. Come on, listen to me at any point. Just get to the live parts. It's easier. So Puff, that mighty dragon, sadly slipped into his cave. Oh, Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea. The affinity that I have for cannabis is something to me that, like, I just dwell in at times. I think about why people have to suffer. I literally watch, you know, I'm not, okay, true story. If I'm out in public and I see somebody who is disabled, or I can tell what their disability is because of now seeing it with abundance, there's an immediate part of me that wants to talk to them so bad about if they're using cannabis or not to help them. at times I convince myself in my head maybe that they're not, or they don't have access to it, or whatever they're going through might be extreme, or I wish that I could help them, or whatever. And in those moments, there's this like I think it's like confusion, as well as maybe some anger, as well as some like maybe what John was talking about earlier, right? Like just that if somebody's not fucking governing you all the time and telling you what to do or not to do, why wouldn't it be better to offer help to those people? And it's just, it sucks because when misconstrued or when looked at in the wrong light, somebody could misconceive your attempt at help as something that is maybe offensive, but also could be something that you're trying to take one over with them. You're trying to manipulate them, but also hurt them in the capacity that drugs are scary and harmful. So why would you harm me, right? So when I have this constant repetitious thought, this infinity thought, right? This ebb and flow of, man, I feel really good because I know that I could fucking help, to this fallout of, well, I'm not gonna go approach this person, I'm so out of place, whatever. Just purely in the what if they didn't like what I was saying, whatever, to this, fuck it, I don't really care because I know that what I would be talking about wouldn't be harmful. And then it loops back to, well, you're not a professional, whatever. But the idea that there are people that exist around consistently who don't have access to or don't know the best methods of consumption, or even when I hear bud tenders around me who aren't capable of making a sale, but it's not that they need to make sales, it's that you need to lead the person down the path that they didn't know they needed to go down, but they're going to come back so happy because of it, right? When you have that exceptional product, when you know the thing that's going to help somebody who's talking about something, inflammation, spasticity, go grab them a CBD product. Chronic inability to sleep, you grab them something with a little CBN. Inability to stay focused, you grab them something with a little CBG or a little THCV. To do that is impactful. But even to just be able to go, this is the good shit, try this. It speaks volumes, right? And it's not only just speaking volumes to cannabis or anything, it's to the deliverance of the end consumer and the person who's trying to get a genuine effect out of it. What effect are you looking for? And if it's anything, let me guide you to it, because it's there. I'm live, baby. Let's go. Back to live. Sorry, I didn't mean to kick people off of the other thing. Welcome back, Myron. Oh my god. Incog, you are not lying. I got this stepsister over here, and I was like, man. Have you had, Incog, I think we talked about this last week, or maybe not, but did we have you had Mandarin Skittles from Ozone yet? Because that, to me, it comes across kind of Florida orange. Oh, it's... Oh, Incog. I genuinely think you should give it a poke. Give it a try. You might be so pleased. It has that very Florida orangey thing going on. It's a little more pungent, maybe in like a ripe way, Where like Florida orange almost was like that orange Tic Tac, right? You could eat 1,000 orange Tic Tacs. And if you can't, I'm sorry, I could. But those little fuckers, just the flavor on it, right? I don't want to eat a bunch of Tic Tacs necessarily, but them motherfuckers are good. Moroccan peach, baby. Grapefruit tangerine by Go. Have I had that yet? I know that I've tried a strain from somebody around there that was very Florida orangey, and I can't remember, and it could have been that. Somebody gave us one, Guap, since we've been doing our thing, yeah. And I actually think, didn't Chris give us a little something that had that kind of Florida orange jam to it too? I remember. But Florida fucking orange, baby. Holy shit. From Revolution. Oh, you know what I did see though? Incog, I gotta tell you. So here, look. I'm gonna throw some love. I'm gonna throw some love to the Illinois market, the things that deserve to be shined. I know if people hate it, it's okay. There are things that are done well. But in the past, one of the things that I really, really liked was Grape Sugar Cookie by Bedford Grow. Drummer will chime in on this as well. Drummer, you're gonna appreciate this next sentence that I say then. I was speaking to the Bedford rep today, and it's the first time we've had a direct communication, whatever, on the phone. And I said, hey, you know, and they were like, well, what, can I send you anything specific? And I said, you know, one of my favorite things in the whole world is just fucking Grape Sugar Cookie. And they were like, oh, I definitely got you. Like, that's one of our staples. I've been begging for us not to get rid of it. It does always test really low. This shit tests at 17%, right? But the fucking flavor. Their head grower quit? Damn. Oh yeah, you know. Grum, I know. It's what an unreal you know, there's things that just this plant does every once in a while, and it's crazy because, so that you all know, genetically speaking, it's as similar as all of us are as human species. You know, we're all very connected. We're all very the same. We're all very different in many ways, and we're all very individual. As much as each one of those plants that grows is pretty individual. Oh my God, Tyler, have you, dead ass, like, have you been to Michigan at all? It's a market that I love to visit. It's, without being a resident of Michigan though, it's dangerous because you get into this little thing of like, I would like to take that, but you shouldn't. Across state lines, whatever. If you do, that's on you, but just please be very careful. I do not recommend it. I think it's scary. Indiana is a scary state. They don't have regulations for the shit, but great breath rosin from ozone. I was skeptical as shit, but I tried it because 3.5 grams costs less than a gram around here. Yeah, honestly, it's crazy. It smells and tastes like grape sugar cookies. Let's fucking go. Yeah. You know, drummer, I'm in this weird evolution of what should different consistencies be and what extract should look like. Okay? Now it depends on what method of extraction you are using. And I think some of us would all have preference towards certain different things. And some people, you know, like their hash rosin, and some people like their regular cured rosin, and some people like their live butter rosin snickle fritz, you know, fucking glitter biscuits, you know, whatever it is. Definitely gonna need some HR in here for this shit, but yeah, just be some good shit. Now Michigan, let's speak about Michigan for 1 minute, because that's you know, butter rosin snickle fritz, that's what I'm saying, whatever you want to call it. It can be whatever consistency you want. Oh, that's what I was talking about, consistencies of concentrates. What should it look like, or what shouldn't it look like, and what's the best and what's not the best? And I think if you pick that, if you try to tell me that one is better than the other one, or you like this the best because of this or that, I can explain to you in different reason why each different thing could be better. We can all get snobby and go, but hash rosin, bubble rosin. I go, okay, I know. But you definitely are deteriorative of some of the terpene profile depending on what it is. Especially through rosin pressing, like you're heating this thing, so definitely you are deteriorating. Some of these hydrocarbon extracts are less deteriorative or less harmful to the full physical structure of the plant and what it offers, and like the fact that we can't agree, and there's definitely a cleanliness in flavonoids, right? In flavors and in maybe even in potencies of certain things. But it would be completely arguable to tell what consistency or what. So try them all. Try everything. Because even the weird consistencies, like drummer saying there, can be fire. Yeah, peanut butter potato, that's pretty great. Oh yeah, that's A. I mean, guac, right? I mean, single source, yeah, that's fine. You're a snob. You're just able to spend money, and I'm not saying that it's not, right? I'm not saying that. Depending on how things are extracted, and depending on what the use is. I mean, realistically, I like fucking bubble hash. Fight me, bro. I love that shit. And does it retain more plant material than it needs to? Depending, nowadays they've got a really good filtration system, and the micron that we're fucking filtering shit through doesn't allow plant material for the most part. Plus the washing machines force things through at a different rate, so you can extract and save some things through the bubble process. I've seen some bubble hashes, all I'm telling you, recently that was beautiful, like almost blonde to fucking white, right? Like beautiful shit. Single source bubble hash, yum. Single source butter, yum. Single source cheddar, but okay. Yeah. I actually have always been kind of a shatter fan. I love, but it was because of the time that things happened, right? I went from very shitty bubble hash or fucking garage fucking BHO shit to seeing some good shatters finally. I went to Colorado in like 2016 or something, and in a recreational market was able to pick up different grams of shatter and look at the different consistencies and see the different smells on it, and it was way better an experience than smelling the little jars for me. And I don't know why that is, but I did. I enjoyed it, and I love that glassy little texture. I like picking it up with my fingers. I know that doesn't, it's not the best way to do shit. I know. That's what I like. But I do like some shatter shit. You know, shatter to me, just a little consistency-wise, is neat. And also the process, depending on what you're doing, is also very neat. BHO or CO2, which is the two ways that I've seen shatter extracted. Both of them are minimally deteriorative to the plant structure and what's left of it. It also, BHO is very good at stripping the plant of everything. I mean, it doesn't leave much behind. It really is so good at doing it. It's getting that BHO off of it afterwards, which now with vac ovens and shit, we do it. It's just easy, right? But so many of us we like that buttery consistency. We like that waxy consistency. So they beat the shit out of it with a stirring stick, and it aerates it and it fluffs it and it whatever. But if you leave it alone and you let it condense on itself, now if you don't do a lot, all right, you leave it thin, you get some really glassy, really brittle, shattery fucking consistency shit, and I love it. If you do a thicker layer of it, it tends to hold more color and shit, so it's harder to get the shatter, and it holds a little bit more, you know, raw plant material to it, so the lipids and stuff still stay intact to a degree, depending. I mean, you still remove lipids at the best rate that you can, and they actually remove themselves. They sift off to the top. You can scum them off a lot of times and shit, but yeah, I don't know what is the best concentrate. It's subjective. It's to you. It's a personal thing. I kind of have to agree. I'm a huge fan of shatter, not a huge sauce fan either. And that's it. What is sauce, though? Because is it distillate sauce? Is it BHO sauce? Is it CO2 sauce? Was it made from a cured product? Was it made from a live product? Was it made from a fresh product? There's a lot of different capacities that you can do these things with. Oh, Sean, fucking let's go, brother. How the fuck are you? Miss you, pal. Some of the less clean extracts. Well, and that's it. Depends on what clean is, because if we say that 70% is less clean than the 80 or 90%, it's less clean. Well, we just know that there's more THC concentration in there, so we assume that there's a better purity to it. But if what is retained in that 70%, the excess 30%, if 10% of that is terpenoids and 10% of that is flavonoids, well then fucking sauce me up, you know? And is that a reality? Probably. I mean, actually, yes. But, and botanical. Raw from the fucking plant, 100% non-synthesized. Did I say botanical? Is botanical fucking the other one? Organic? What's the words I'm looking for here? So I think botanical means that they're from plants. Cannabis derived. That's what I'm looking for. Hey, that sauce that I just smoked was real good. It was effective. Anyway, yeah. it's what's there. So when we say unclean and it gets me more messed up, what could get you more messed up because it's way more terpenoids, it's way more flavonoids, and it's not because it could be, it's because it is. Is there more plant fats, lipids? Do people wash their fucking shitty concentrates? Do you get sold garbage with regularity? If you're looking there, yes. If you spend the money in the right places, probably not, right? Is there bad stuff in dispensaries? Oh, a fucking ton of it. But listen to your bud tenders, they're probably going to steer you clear of it if they work in a good enough scheme. If they have a good enough guidance and leadership group around them that helps them and coaches them through the fucking times where they are dropping the bug out of the ball. And I'm glad to, trying to miss the shit out of here. Rosin jam, super not fan. Oh, and that's it. What is this thing that I got is a jam? And it's added terps can suck a dick. Yes. Added terps can, but if it's plant derived directly from the plant that you just extracted, and then you reintroduce those terpenoids to the cannabinoids because the extraction process forces you to separate the two. You can't bring them as a singular one. If you're using distillation as the process, if you're trying to strip everything into its individualness, you have to use distillation. If you're using BHO, a butane extraction process, or CO2, you have to extract everything from that fucking plant.
You wanted to get under my skin and call yourself a friend. I got more
like flavored bullshit.
like you.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah, no, I mean, I love flavored bullshit, so I'm sorry. Terp-infused joints, not really my thing. I fucking love them. Jeters, I smoke the shit out of them fucking things. I don't know why I think they're so good. But there's not all of them are good. So I've been trying a couple of them here that I'm like, nah, that's turning me off. I don't like that. But then fucking, you ever get a chance to try a fucking high tide jeter? That shit tastes so good. It's weird how good it tastes. And like, you know, you can go, oh, that's fake. It's gonna fuck you up. You're gonna get the popcorn lung. Sure. You know what's getting me? To Happy Town. To fucking Comfortsville. And if I can't feel guilty to feel good, and I don't need somebody else to tell me to feel guilty to feel good, and I don't think any of you are, but that's the whole thing too. Sometimes we have gone, oh, well, I've got a bias against that thing because I've heard from other people that they're not very good, or it's whatever. Let's be honest, that fucking strawberry cough fucking cart from Verano is one of the best fucking flavored things in the entire world. The flavor is out fucking standing. It's so good. Name another product that tastes that good in your life. It's almost hard to say. You know? Jeez. And the sneezing thing is real from flavor and shit. So I'm not saying that that's not a reality. Yeah, that's the truth. The brand ends with a period. It sucks. Ends. Yeah, Matadot. Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. Oh, you awesome. Oh! Whoa, whoa! Where's fucking? Hold on. Let's. Dude, did we just listen to Saggy Pants? I'm just gonna keep playing because I fucking love my boy Saggy. What's up, G? How you doing, fam bam? Yeah, I do see what you did there now. PT. Central Daylight Time. Not CST. Central Standard Time, no. Not BDT. Or whatever else they use. Oh. Oh, he said live fast, die young, have a good looking corpse. Got what that's from. Damn, Tyler, I kind of like that. Live fast, die young, have a good looking corpse. You know, Ty, I hope that they burn me and put me into discs. I want my ashes to go inside of frisbee golf discs, and I want people to throw me around disc golf courses for as long as those discs stay intact. And if that's the legacy, that's all, you know? Just let me fucking bang some chains, you know? Let me shake a friend's hand every once in a while. Know that you know, you're like, hey, that's my boy. And I say it too, I've got a buddy that passed away, showed me the game of disc golf, and he ended up being cremated, and I got some of his cremains, and we put them into these frisbees. His family and I have been going to do a disc golf event on Super Bowl Sunday. I got invited. I don't remember how long ago it's been now, but they've been doing it for 30, 40 years now, something like that. And once he passed away, it's just been a cool thing, right? Now everybody, when we go out there, we all take our little putters. We call it, it's old man, it's Tony, it's our buddy. But the whole family brings them out, all the friends, all the people that he loved the most, and we're actually throwing them. I use this disc more than anything else that I have in my entire disc golf repertoire, and you know, I think I hope that somebody pays me the same. I don't know, I thought it was respect. Everybody around who knew the guy and who's part of this thing, we're all kind of into it. So hopefully it's not too weird for some people, but that's what I want to happen to me. That's what I hope happens. Burn a little fucking weed ashes in there too for me, fam. Please, if you don't mind. Know that that's what I want too. Just a little, you know. Oh shit, a little pink drink in there too? Organic Tic Tacs pink drink? What? What do we say, pink drink? I want a pinkety drinkety. Yeah. I think I've tried Jeeters. Oh yeah. Organic Tic Tac. The flavors. If I could get a pink drink flavored fucking drink. No, but be honest, Guap. That fucking thing does taste better than both of them. I'd rather have a puff of that cart than a pink drink. And pink drinks taste amazing. Orange Tic Tacs are fucking amazing too. Yeah, Drum. Some people fuck it up though. Don't fuck with that. What's the other one up there? Steezies. They're not that great either. They taste like little blunts. My buddy's a Steezy rep, and I feel bad because I'm like, when are you bringing them things? And then after I tried more of them, I was like, never mind. Don't bring that shit. That's rough. Some of them are bad. Yeah, we'll fucking do it. Yeah, that'd be fire, Drum. I can respect that. Thanks, Tyler. I appreciate it. Yeah, drummer, that would be fire. A few resin casted fucking drumsticks that actually like hold up for a while that had your ashes in them. That would be fucking amazing. Oh yeah, Dudley. Yeah, thank you, brother. No, don't damn it, Dave me. I fucked up last time. Now I've had it in my car the whole week. Alright? And it's not that we both are just busy people. I'm always at work, and if that's like the only place that it feels like we're gonna ever get to like meet up. Not that that's what I want to do. I want to see Drummer outside of there. We need to smoke, have a chill sesh, whatever. But Tyler, that would be dope. I don't see why not. You know, I mean, I can see why not. Maybe at the end of the day, you know. I don't know if you're supposed to like consume the ashes of humans. Yeah, Steve's suck. Yeah, they do. Oh, Drum, 100%. My boy works for him. Coming to see me tomorrow. We talked on the phone tonight. He's one of my good buddies. Somebody that I care about deeply, from the cannabis industry direct, right? not somebody I hang out with every day, or that we've only hung outside of work environments a few times, right? But he's somebody that I care about deeply because of his respect for cannabis as a whole and his transparency with some of the things. And honestly, Steezy is no different than any of the other infusion licenses that exist out there, right? They're white labeling things, and to hate on white labelers can be a thing, you know, but like, it's cookies, right? Like, cookies is just a brand name. It doesn't mean anything. It's not like consistency across the thing. Like, if you get cookies from Illinois, it's not like getting cookies from Colorado, which is like not getting cookies from California, which is not like getting cookies from... It's across the entire United States, but there's no consistency. Though there may be some consistent names and strains that you're gonna see, the person who grew it is completely different. The amount of nutrients that they have going into that regimen or the environment that they're growing in, or the fucking medium that they're growing in can never be consistent. The electricity, the weather that the building is in, or the outdoor, there's so many factors to what you're doing from grow to grow operation that, like, how do you ever stay consistent? So what branding is just for some level of recognition, and it does help companies exist. It does help structured companies continue to thrive, which I exist under one, and I appreciate that they are existing, and I hope that they thrive, because that means if they thrive, then I can do well too. But it's not to be hateful or you know, because there was a part of me at one point where I didn't like it. I was against big cannabis, and then I went, well, fuck, this is the ticket to how regulation changes. This is the ticket to how any of us get there. And go to Michigan, you see this market, and you go, wow, that's pretty cool. I actually think this would be fun to work in. Me, as a cannabis employee, as somebody who has one of the cooler jobs, I think, in the cannabis industry, or at least in a dispensary setting, I'm looking at the Michigan market going, that's fucking neat, man. That's a really cool... Their ability to display packages behind them makes the consumer in you get so much more excited. The price point, the availability, the lack of regulation and prosecution, it feels like. You're allowed to purchase so much more without fucking feeling criminalistic. And though you still are criminalized if you are to drive out of a Michigan dispensary with too much weed, which you can fucking do. It's weird, but you can. In Illinois, you're not supposed to be able to, but, you know, come back a little bit later after, and then the other person doesn't know, and then, it's in your fucking hands. You're the one with possession of it, and that sucks, right? So I wish some laws were changed up there, but white labeling's not bad, and people existing in this space off of white labeling isn't bad either, because once you are a label or a brand in a certain market, you tend to have some consistency, but within certain markets, right? Like, the Illinois market is the Illinois market, and even then, what's grown at the whatever, Cresco fucking Joliet, or wherever the fuck it is, or Cresco fucking Delavan, or whatever the fuck, I don't know what the fuck these fucking places are, fucking, we call it Cresco Chicago and Cresco fucking Danville, we don't even fucking know. If there's any places anywhere, they're not even the fucking same. They're carrying the same strains, extracting the same shit. Maybe not. I mean, if you have two facilities in the same place, maybe you do. Maybe you grow different strains just to hide the fact that you're inconsistent. Because if some of it comes from one grow facility and some of it comes from the other, and one is worse than the other, then you call the worst one your less premium brand. You package it into a similar looking bag, or a different looking bag with a similar type of name, if not the exact same name, and you call it your B grade buds or your whatever, and people purchase it at a discounted rate because B grade buds still do the fucking trick. But there's nothing better than getting you a nice premium fatty, a nice thick juicy nugget of that fire danky dank, you know? There's nothing like it. Nor is there anything like getting that set of blueberry suppositories that you needed, or that fucking 20-to-1 fucking edible that you've been hoping for, or that fucking PTS body oil that helps, that you put in your belly button all the time because you're morning nauseous. Yeah. Could be any of that shit, but yeah, well, now Gary, we're covered. I open it on camera. Well, now it's in my car. I'd have to run out to the car. Oh, guap. Oregon was one of the best programs that I've ever gone into. First of all, one of the first dispensaries that I visited was inside of a shipping container that had fucking reinforced steel bars in the one window that was, you could see into. At least from the lobby of it. I couldn't look into the vault area, which was the back half of the shipping container. But what a vast difference to what we are dealing with now. Was there, I mean, it's still the same thing. It's all packaged. It's all pre-packaged. Is there deli style flour in many more places? Yes. I don't even know if I like deli style flour though, right? Like, if it's pre-packaged, one person has touched it, I think. Well, I mean, the person who trimmed it touched it, and then they put it into a bag, or they gave it to processing and they put it into a bag. So maybe 2 people maximum. If you're into deli style and you got people picking up a nug to show everybody all the time, the amount of finger nugs you're getting out of deli style flour, or, you know, put your face in this. I don't want your sniffly ass face around my weed, man. No offense, right? And maybe can you crack open a little thing and smell it, put it in somebody's face? That's fine, right? Like a little Mylar container and let them smell it. And that's reasonably okay for me too, because I'm gonna hold it so that you don't put it in your face, right? I'm gonna go, hey, don't touch it, you know. But yeah. The markets are so different, and when you're able to not feel like a criminal, when you're able to touch things, when they're able to display stuff, when you're able to look at the packaging and see the flavors and the whatever, it's nice. It brings the consumer out in, and it breeds the consumerism. And as somebody who would like to at some point profit off of a market, I would love to see the consumer be enthralled by it, but enthralled by it in the sense that I'm getting genuine benefit from this. This thing helps me with my day-to-day discomforts, whatever that is. My own. I miss you already. Thank you for coming in here and listening and chiming in and being part of this. I appreciate you more than you know. Tell Anthony I said I love him. I love you all, guys. We'll see you soon. Let's hang out soon and smoke at the Wink or something. One of these high tide jeeters. It's also 10 o'clock, friends. And I know that we're sitting here with a steady group. We got a squad, 10 friends. 10 of the best friends I could ever hope for. No, I'm my own. I appreciate you so much, honestly. I don't always need to be chatted to. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a whatever. I'm literally trying to sit here and preach my my 2 cents about cannabis and how I genuinely believe it's an alternative to a lot of the negative things that exist in the world, including the excessive amount of death to other intoxicants that are uncontrolled, unregulated, or are regulated but are still killing the fuck out of people. So yeah, for me, I love this plant. It's something that makes me tick. It's something that gives me a passion for the thing itself, right? I care about the people across from me way more sometimes than they reciprocate. And I'm not, who cares? Boo-hoo, woe is you. Fucking, you don't deserve anything. And I don't deserve reciprocated anything. But when you put effort into somebody, or when you have the ability to help, and it's been very gracious. Ask Dudley, ask Drummer, ask my own. These are people who have worked in the cannabis industry. Ask Ganja. These are cannabis industry workers. They know the gratification that comes from when you help somebody, when you actually are able to deliver a product that gave somebody help. And when the scale of help that we're talking about is cancer killing, or epilepsy deteriorating, or diminishing, we'll call it, right? It's not deteriorating, because that sounds like a negative thing. It diminishes. You literally have seen people stop having excessive seizure activity, including grand mal, right, with regularity in overnight instances. And I'm going, well, what the fuck? Why doesn't every epileptic in the world fucking have this stuff? Everyone, right? Well, why don't you just fight that cause? Because it's not just one thing. I'm fighting the cause for the whole fucking planet. I love this fucking thing, and I love all of you, and I greatly appreciate y'all sitting here listening to me stand on my little soapbox talking about how much I care about this plant. I hope to change it someday. I hope that it's not the Theo Vaughn and Donald Trump talk, which, what is drugs? What does that mean? When did drugs become a thing? Is cannabis drugs? Can we change and revolutionize our minds about something that genuinely is not nearly as impactful in the death toll as I won't even talk about it, right? We won't even bring up sugar, but at the same rate, alcohol, prescription medication, it's nicotine, cigarettes, it's million. You know? Fuck out of here with that. Connie! Love you. How are you? It's so good to see you. I'm sorry that it's coming to this point. I'm actually probably signing off. Thank you so much for dropping in. I'm prolonged signing off. Caffeine is another one, my own. You are not lying. Caffeine doesn't necessarily have the death rate or the death toll that some of the others do, but its rebound and its what is it? The negative effects that come when you stop taking something. Anyway, maybe it's rebound. Anyway, the way that you respond to getting off of caffeine and the way your body reacts to getting off of long-term caffeine use is disgusting. Personally, I beg people around me constantly to stop drinking coffee every day, but that's a different talk. I'm not gonna do that because a lot of you probably drink coffee every day. Just stop. But anyway, I love you. It's because I love you. That's it. Flop. I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy your morning. If you need anything, let me know. I'm gonna try and grab more physical tags for you on the way through. He has them available for me, so that'll be good. People don't guzzle it like me with draws. Bro, Wait. Oh shit! I don't know if you're supposed to say that. We need an HR. The HR department hasn't been hired yet, but we're gonna get one in here. I'm not sure. Withdrawal. Yeah. Withdrawal symptoms. That's it. That's two separate things. Withdrawal. Thank you all for giving me the withdrawal, because that's exactly what it is. Macho Grams. I fucking love that name. It's so fire. Care Bear. Fucking love you. Dudley, thank you so much for being in here. Macho, my own drummer, Dudley, Guapo. I ain't never gonna stop drinking coffee. Well, someday you should. See, that's them capital letters. You would calm down if you stopped drinking coffee. You wouldn't have to have caps lock on. Damn, Connie, that would be super fire. I won't be out there till like 4 p.m. or so. Probably maybe 4:30ish, but bunch of HRs in here. You ain't lying. But guys, I love you all so much. And I love cannabis. And thank you all for listening to me talk about cannabis. Macho Puffa. I like that. What's tomorrow? Disc golf. It's a disc golf thing. We got a local disc golf flex tournament that is being run by yours truly, the Guapo. When you say yours truly, does that always reply back to yourself? Because when I said that, it felt wrong, but it felt right in my head to speak it outwardly immediately. Anyway. Yeah, you're right, Guap. It probably is wrong. I'm not good with grammar. But see, that's the other thing. When you know what somebody means, and you know that it's not to be nitpicked and you know, then you just go, hey, I know what you mean, bro. Yeah, that should happen more often. Damn it, it only applies to you? Damn it. Hey, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the Guapo, will be running the tournament tomorrow. And yours truly will show up. I don't even like saying that because it feels like you're talking in like fucking some second, third person bullshit. Can I tell you, that shit is strange. If you guys do it, don't do it. I'm gonna help you. That's a social thing that, to me, if you do it around me, I'm gonna call you out on it. And it's not, I don't try to be rude about it. But the second I hear somebody do that third person talk shit, I'm like, oh, don't do that. Hey. Yeah, I get it. But why are you referring yourself? Anyway, go on, by name. Don't do it. $5 to play, $830 ace pot. Come on out. Throw the discs around. 9 to 5, Eagles Ridge. We're going to be there yucking discs, having fun. Yeah. Macho Grams, I fucking appreciate you. Guapo, Connie, drummer, my own David, Dudley Dawson. I don't want to miss anybody. I want to send love to everybody because there's been a fucking wonderful spot. Incog! Man, super fan of the old Incog. My buddy Tyler. I fucking love Tyler if I haven't said it already. Guap! Drum. What else we got? Who said there's somebody here earlier? Biz! What a sucker. I know he was here. Who else? John Voight. Fucking love me some John Voight. That guy. What a good one. Colleen, my cuzzo. I love ya. Ganja Toker. Steve! Yeah, Steve. Our good friend Steve with the good weed. Steve. Yeah! Fuck yeah. Alright. This is a great fucking group. This would be a fucking solid squad, and I tried in the past, but now we're all over the fucking America, you know? We got our buddy Kev. He's coming all the way from the fucking island over there. Coming from Hawaii. You know? We got Gare Bear down in Kentucky. We got Tyler in Bama. You know? We got fucking people all over this shit. Yeah, fuck yeah. John, I appreciate this shit. House. I don't even know what that is. But shoot me a text or something. I'll talk about this, unless it's pertinent to what I'm talking about here. Send it in. But let me get my sign off going on. Friends, I just need you all to know. Are you a Stu or a Steve? I don't know. See, I don't know that enough. Me personally, I'm a Stu. You know what I mean? I like to blend everything together and try to come out with the best possible outlook at the end. I'm a Stu. Ow of poo. Are you supposed to say that? If you search that on Google, do you get viruses? If you do that in real life, you probably get a virus too. Anyway, I don't know who that is. Boo Bear, dude. Don't never do that on a bear. Hey, friends. I hope you strike peace when you seek it. I hope you find love when you need it, and I hope you can cope when you feel it. I fucking love all of you so much. Tonight has been a lot of fun. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I look forward to next week. Please, if you haven't yet, just for the perspectives that I talked about, and if you would like to, hit me up personally, and I will send you the time stamps, the screenshots of the timestamps, or I'll even just text you out the numbers of what time to go through at the Theo Vaughn and Trump fucking speech, and listen to some of the funniest shit that you'll ever hear in your life, and listen to just what people interpret drugs to be, and then just take that home to your own personal thought space and let it wash over you, and then understand who's just scared of this thing and whatever, and then toe your lines, and don't be be like John Voight. Fucking the only thing that's illegal is the thing that you get caught doing illegal, right? But at the same time, don't push your limits. You know the walls are the barriers that you're supposed to stay within, and especially now with them allowing us to consume a lot more things and whatever, get over it, do your thing, go get a medical license and grow your own shit. Go to California, get you a fucking peddler's license, go to the fucking farmers markets. Happy 11/11. Let's go, Gare Bear. Thanks for doing that for me. Peace, love, and cope, baby. I love that. Have an awesome night, Peacekeepers. Damn you to me. No, you the fucking man, Gare Bear. Let me get a little bit of... Wait, stop it for a minute. Thank you, sexy baby. And y'all also gotta remember,
Hey, fentanyl ain't no good. Hey, fentanyl ain't no good. Hey, fentanyl ain't no good.
if I don't see Gary soon, can you open it next week on air? Oh, okay, that would be fun. He's got a merry-go-round in his brain. Dude, that shit, they didn't plug it in. Oh my god, Guap. It's the fucking funniest shit I've ever heard. He said, he was standing there like a fucking light, or what did he say? He said it'll turn you into a light, your own light post or something like that. He said you'll be standing out there like an owl on a fucking street post or something, homie. Oh, I was fucking, I don't know. I'm cooked now, but that shit was funny as hell. Do you all fucking wear sunglasses ever, or glasses and shit? It pokes on the back behind your fucking ears. I just realized how sensitive the back of my ear was feeling right now. I was trying to like rub it down, give it a little bit of a masseur, cause it fucking hurts. Hey, anyway, I'm gonna go rub some THC CBD on mine. You do whatever you rub on your. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. You don't go there either. Peacekeepers, I fucking love you. If that happens, we'll do a drum on air. Fuck yeah, we'll do it next week on air if that's what happens. What else? Still be a decent person too. Hey, that's it. Be a decent person. Love thy neighbor. You don't gotta love them, but at least be nice to them. And if they're not nice to you, figure out a way to be nicer to them. Try to run at him before that. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, no, come on. Come see me. Worst feeling. Oh, guap. I fucking understand all about that. The worst feeling. Oh, I feel. I have to wear kids' glasses because of that shit. Oh, you know what I mean? It's just the fucking. I literally. I struggle sometimes, and then like the tops of your ears and shit too. It's so raw. You like, oh, one more rip. What am I gonna? I'll rip some with you, but it's gonna be a pen because that's what I do. How about one of these fancy ass robes, man? I put what? Did I put one in my pocket to come on stream with? I swear to God, I did. All right, yeah, this fancy ass robe. Listen, friends, I'll choo choo. Cheers one more time. I love y'all. Love these fucking things. Oh yeah, drummer, I feel you. Till next time, friends. I love you all. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. I will see you next Thursday. Sorry I didn't post this thing earlier. Thank you all for coming and showing up. Let's hang again next week. Love y'all. See you soon. Bye.